Hey guys, so you know how we've always heard since we were really little about the whole New Year, New Me thing, and that's cool and all. It's good to be able to improve ourselves and to put goals in front of ourselves to be able to be better than we were last year. But every once in a while, I think maybe it'd be better and we'd actually make more of our goals if we did them short term rather than long term. Because if we think, okay, this year, this whole year, that's a new year, we're going to make this whole year better than last year. And that's a great goal to have. That's an overall goal. How are we going to do that though? And that's when we make these New Year's resolutions and we think, in this whole year, we're going to get this done. And then we give up on our New Year's resolution goals within a few months or a few weeks, some people a few days, thinking, well, I've already screwed it up, I can't do much more. And it's not true. We have a whole year to do these goals, and we should make our actual goals more short term, our resolutions to continually improve them. And so, this year being the year of doing things differently, I think I'm going to try and do this every month rather than a whole year and then giving up after I haven't accomplished anything within the first few weeks or few days of a resolution. Why don't we do it every month? Having monthly resolutions, because it's a new month. It should be a new me. And not necessarily new, but how about just better? We don't have to completely change ourselves when we were probably okay before. Let's slowly change ourselves and make it more attainable rather than go for the gold the first time out, when we could gradually work up to that. So for me, this next month, well, this whole year's already started off great because I've already started doing things that I had wanted to do before and just hadn't done it yet. One of them being meditating, and it turns out I actually really like it. Another thing being working out, which is great because I've wanted to do that for a really long time, and I've finally gotten to do that. This next month, my resolution is basically just to keep doing that. But my overall actual workout goals will be to probably do some more lifting just to work my arms out more, to be able to lift things better the way that I used to. And if I lose any weight, that'll be awesome. That's my overall yearly goal, is to get closer to what I was when I was younger, before all of the hormones took over. For this next month, though, I also just feel like we need to be better people in general. We need to be nicer to each other, and especially women and people within the LGBT community. We need to be nicer to each other and just not try to tear each other down as much, because I feel like there's too much of that already. People always look down. I've always looked down on women to some extent, and the LGBT community is only now getting more recognition, and we're only now being treated as actual humans with rights, I guess you could say. But yeah, I feel like we should all just kind of be nicer to each other, and we should try and do nice things for each other just because we can. Um, but tell me, what are your monthly goals for this next month? And maybe what are your overall goals for the year, your overall New Year's resolutions? That, not necessarily New Year, but just 2019. What does this year mean to you? What do you want this year to be? For me, I just want it to be a year of both growth and growing back down, of weight loss, basically, and not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. Just being able to get back to a good place, being able to not be so worn down all the time and not feeling so sad about anything or nothing. Basically, getting my depression and anxiety and all of that in check. And also just being a better person in general, being able to think more clearly and to get back to where I used to be, but also not going backwards, if that makes any sense. Because sometimes we think, well, I'm going to be better and I'm going to be the person I was before, but there's a reason we aren't that person anymore. And I don't want to be that person anymore. That's why I am me now. I just want to be a better version of myself. So, what do you guys want to do? What are your goals for this new year? And more specifically, this month coming up. It's going to be a new month in a few weeks. This video is really overdue for January, but you know what? Better late than ever. You gotta start somewhere, and today's as good a day as any. So, leave the comments, like this video if you liked it, and feel free to share it. Have a great day and rest of the month, or until whenever I decide to make a video next.